England.
This is exactly why England will win this World Cup.
And this will be a team no one wants to play against.
When England scraped through the quarter-finals, most of the football world reacted with frustration. The performance was labelled cautious, predictable, even boring. Pundits questioned why a squad filled with elite attacking talent struggled to dominate games the way many expected. But that reaction misses something fundamental about tournament football. World Cups are rarely won by the team that plays the most attractive football. They are won by the team that makes the fewest mistakes. Over 7 matches, consistency almost always beats brilliance. Welcome to Football Overload. Today, we're breaking down why England's seemingly conservative style may actually be the strongest blueprint for winning the biggest tournament in football. We'll look at tournament history, tactical structure, and the qualities that separate champions from entertaining teams. Modern football has changed the way we judge teams. Every weekend we watch Manchester City, Real Madrid, Arsenal, or Barcelona dominate possession and create chance after chance. Naturally, we expect international football to look the same. But it doesn't. International managers have only a few weeks to prepare their squads. Players arrive from different clubs, different systems, and often after exhausting domestic seasons. Building an intricate positional system under those conditions is almost impossible. History reflects that reality. France won the 2018 World Cup through defensive discipline, devastating counterattacks, and exceptional game management. Spain's legendary 2010 side is remembered for beautiful football, yet every knockout victory came by a single 1-0 scoreline. Their success came from control, not entertainment. Italy's triumph in 2006 was built on one of the strongest defensive tournaments in football history. The pattern is obvious. World Cups aren't won by the team with the highest ceiling. They're won by the team with the highest floor. Champions survive bad performances. England already possesses that quality. Even when their attacking play lacks rhythm, they rarely lose control of matches. Opponents struggle to create clear chances because England's defensive organisation remains intact throughout the game. That's a far more valuable trait in tournament football than producing spectacular performances every round. The foundation of England's success isn't individual talent. It's structure. Every great tournament team understands one principle: losing possession is inevitable. What matters is what happens immediately afterward. England's midfield is designed specifically for these moments. Instead of committing excessive numbers forward, they always maintain balance behind the ball. Their holding midfielder protects the space in front of the centre-backs while the rest of the midfield stays compact enough to prevent dangerous transitions. When possession is lost, England don't chase the ball recklessly. They retreat into an organised mid-block, reducing the space between midfield and defence until central passing lanes disappear. This forces opponents toward the wings. That isn't accidental. Wide areas are far less dangerous than the centre of the pitch. Once the ball reaches the touchline, passing options become limited, crosses become predictable, and England's physically dominant defenders gain the advantage. This is why England often appear comfortable even without controlling possession. They're controlling something far more important: space. In possession, the same midfield provides calmness under pressure. Instead of forcing risky vertical passes, England circulate the ball patiently until openings appear. The objective isn't constant attacking. It's preventing chaos. That ability to dictate the tempo becomes increasingly valuable during knockout football, where one mistake can end an entire tournament. Strong defensive structures keep teams alive. Elite individuals win trophies. England possess 2 players perfectly suited for knockout football. Harry Kane remains one of the smartest forwards in world football. Rather than staying fixed between centre-backs, he constantly drops into midfield, creating an impossible decision for defenders. If they follow him, space opens behind the defensive line. If they stay back, Kane turns freely and begins attacks with his passing range. But perhaps his greatest strength is efficiency. Knockout matches often produce very few clear opportunities. The best strikers don't need 6 chances, they need 1. Kane has built his career on converting half chances under maximum pressure, making him one of the most reliable finishers in world football. Alongside him is Jude Bellingham. While Kane provides intelligence and composure, Bellingham provides unpredictability. His timing of late runs into the penalty area is exceptional, arriving exactly when defenders lose concentration. More importantly, he thrives in decisive moments. When games become frantic and tactical structures begin breaking down, Bellingham often becomes England's solution. Whether it's carrying the ball through midfield, winning crucial duels, or producing moments of individual brilliance, he changes games that appear completely balanced. Together, Kane and Bellingham give England something every tournament champion needs: the ability to decide matches even when the overall team performance isn't at its best. Modern tournament football isn't won by the best starting 11. It's won by the best squad. The introduction of 5 substitutions has fundamentally changed knockout football. Managers are no longer limited to making 1 or 2 tactical adjustments. They can completely reshape a match during the final 30 minutes. This is where England holds one of the biggest advantages in the tournament. As games progress, fatigue becomes a decisive factor. Defenders who have spent 70 minutes tracking runners, closing spaces, and winning duels begin to lose concentration. Their reactions slow, positioning becomes less precise, and small mistakes become increasingly common. England can exploit those moments better than almost anyone. They can replace tired attackers with fresh, explosive players capable of immediately increasing the tempo. Suddenly, exhausted fullbacks are forced to defend against fresh wingers with elite pace and dribbling ability. That physical mismatch changes games. But England's depth isn't only useful when chasing victories. When protecting a lead, they can introduce additional midfielders or defenders without significantly reducing the team's overall quality. The tactical shape becomes even more compact, making it extremely difficult for opponents to create clear chances. Many national teams depend heavily on their starting 11. Once substitutions begin, their level drops noticeably. England is different. Their bench contains players with Champions League experience, international quality, and the ability to completely alter the tactical profile of the team. That flexibility is invaluable in tournament football, where every knockout match presents a different tactical challenge. The deeper a tournament progresses, the fewer chances teams usually create. Semi-finals and finals are often decided by tiny margins. That's why set pieces become so important. Corners, free kicks, and penalties account for a huge percentage of goals in major international tournaments. Elite teams don't treat these situations as lucky opportunities, they prepare for them with the same attention they give open play. England has become one of the best set-piece teams in international football. Their deliveries are consistently dangerous, but the real strength lies in the movement inside the penalty area. Rather than simply sending tall players forward, England use coordinated runs, blocks, and decoy movements to create separation from defenders. These rehearsed routines generate the small pockets of space needed to score in tightly contested matches. In games where open play chances are limited, one perfectly executed corner can decide an entire World Cup campaign. History has shown that repeatedly. England understands it better than most. When you put everything together, England begins to look less like an underperforming favourite and more like the complete tournament team. They have a defensive structure capable of surviving difficult moments, a disciplined midfield that controls space instead of chasing possession. One of the world's most clinical strikers in Harry Kane. A genuine match winner in Jude Bellingham. Outstanding squad depth that becomes increasingly valuable as matches wear on. And a set-piece system capable of deciding the biggest games. Will England dominate every opponent? Probably not. Will they produce the most entertaining football at the tournament? Maybe not. But that's never been the requirement for becoming world champions. Tournament football isn't about playing perfectly for 7 consecutive matches. It's about making fewer mistakes than everyone else, adapting to different challenges, and finding ways to win when performances aren't at their best. England appears built for exactly that. And if history tells us anything, that may be the most dangerous team of all. If you enjoyed this tactical breakdown and want more in-depth football analysis, make sure to subscribe to Football Overload. Let me know in the comments, do you think England has what it takes to win the World Cup, or is another nation better equipped to go all the way? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next analysis.